Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Keys to Success podcast. It's been a very long time coming, y'all. I'm sorry this took forever. It was me contemplating, second guessing, overthinking myself on how I should go about doing things. What's the next best step for me? I'm done making excuses. I'm done complaining. I'm going to post content, just get it out there to the audience. I want to create a fan base, a fandom. Just I want to be present. I want to live in the now, and I want to live for the future. And this is this platform that I've created for myself and for anyone to have a voice and to use that voice whichever way they may see best fit. So I'm just gonna talk about a couple of things in my interests, maybe in yours. And for people out there, just send me thoughts, opinions, feedback, topics. Reach out to me. I'll reach back out to you. I promise. We can get this friendship. We can get this forum going between me and you. And I promise you, you're going to love it. And we're going to enjoy the ride together. So let's start. First topic we're going to talk about is, for those of you who didn't see, reaction to former President Donald Trump. I know, y'all, this is a very controversial political side. Mind you, I'm wearing a Washington shirt. Shout out to the Washington Wizards, Cherry Blossom Edition. But for Donald Trump being indicted in Fulton County Jail in Atlanta, Georgia, for false casting votes and losing the election to Joe Biden, where him and some of his associates were mugshot, weighed, and fingerprint. So my thoughts on this is I found it extremely funny and amusing to me at first. I gave the analogy as if on this day, Thursday, he was going to go to the trip to the doctor in Atlanta. Like that's that's how basically I looked at it. He was going to get fingerprinted, his mug shot, his weight requirement, and in 20 minutes he was out on bond. I think it was about $20,000 on his bond, but I just found it a bit of a joke. He has done a lot, and I feel like no amount of things that he has done can ever build enough record to say, hey, this is the first time in history that a president is actually going to serve time in jail. That's just my take on it. I'm not that big of a politics guy to say that this is the first topic, but this is something that really shook the news around 2 weeks ago, I would say. And I just found it very funny and amusing to me, very interesting. And we'll see, maybe he might run again next year. Next year is Joe Biden's final year on his first term, him and Kamala Harris. So we'll see if he makes another run, if he's able to, and we'll see where the chips fall where they may. But if you haven't, please, for anyone, no matter gender, race, just please go out and vote. Vote for someone that you seem impeccable, confident, and someone who has the same values as you, and push towards making this country a much better country for our kids, for ourselves in the future. Next topic I want to talk about is, just want to send prayers to the state of Texas and Louisiana, as we've been going through massive forest fires along with record-breaking heat temperatures. If you guys are not from these areas, shout out to y'all, good luck to y'all. But I'm from Opelousas, Louisiana, and we've been always experienced with just high temperatures of heat, humidity. Y'all know, in Louisiana, South Louisiana, it gets very, very, very hot, and it stays like that for damn near 10 months throughout the year, and we get very used to it from afar. But just please send prayers to the families, anyone that has been affected by these horrendous forest fires. Just Send them their thoughts and prayers. Anything that you can send to them, I please encourage them to do that. And I know these are tough times right now, but I just want you to know that you're not alone. And no matter what, we're going to fight, we're going to pray, and we're going to get through this together. Next topic I want to talk about is I want to get into an inside look into the college football landscape and what's your expectations along with the NFL. Now, if you guys haven't tapped into the college football this week, you missed a lot. I'm not going to run down the whole list. Shout out to Colorado, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter. Shout out to USC, reigning Heisman Trophy winner Caleb Williams. Shout out to Florida State University, Keandre Coleman, wide receiver, number 4 from that op. He went off this weekend. It was magical to see. Just seeing that live, in person, on TV, from someone that grew up the same place I grew up, inspires me. And it should inspire anyone to follow your passion, follow your dreams, work hard, push through, no matter what you're going through. If you keep at it, if you keep working, and if you have God in your corner, then anything is possible. Just shout out to them. Shout out to all of the teams that won and the teams that lost, that are making to bounce back this year in this college football season. It's just getting started. We have a long way to go. I think this is the last year that 4 teams are only going to make it to a college football playoff. So it's going to be a tough fight, and hopefully next year it expands to, I want to say, either 8 or 12 teams. So that's going to be very exciting and interesting as well. And I'm looking forward to see which young talent as a football player steps up and make their dreams come true, not only at the college position, but alongside the NFL. And this year in the NFL, it's the same as the college football landscape. It's just so many possibilities, so many new faces, changes that have been made, coaches, the fandom, the excitement. Football Sundays are back. Sorry, ladies. Sundays are back for us. I know after church, we can go to church together. But after that, 12 o'clock hits. Don't matter which game's on for me, I'll watch them all. Don't call me, don't bother me. No, we're not making plans. No, we're not going out. No, from that day, 12 to 7, because I'm watching the first game at 12, the second game at 3, the night game, Monday, Thursday night. It's back to our season, ladies. So please don't get mad at us. Please don't hate us. It's just the way things need to be right now. Hopefully it gets cold. We can snuggle up together, eat some popcorn, watch the game, just have our time back. But I'm very excited. Shout out to the Seattle Seahawks, man, my team. Shout out to Geno Smith, comeback player of the year. They wrote him off, but he never wrote back. Shout out to Pete Carroll. Bobby Wagner's coming back. Super Bowl champion. Legion of Boom. Jamal Adams. Shout out to DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. All of these great players. We're going to, even when last year, when Russell Wilson was traded to the Denver Broncos, we still made the playoffs. Come on, man. And we lost, came up short in a wild card to the San Francisco 49ers and Brock Purdy. But it's okay. We'll take that loss. We'll brush it off. We'll come back headstrong and coming this season. NFC is wide open. Coming for you, Eagles, 49ers, Dallas, and anyone that's in our way. And hopefully we can reach a Super Bowl. We can win it all once again. So I'm very excited for that. Next thing I want to talk about is how therapeutic it is for men going to the barbershop. Now, as for me, I know if I'm looking a little rough right now, sorry. Just went to the barbershop, let's say last Monday. And you don't realize it's like a check-in for men. It's like our own version of a sit down and going to a therapist. It's very therapeutic because this is someone that you see on a weekly basis. or for me, I go every 2 weeks. It's someone that you build a relationship with. It's someone that you build a bond with. Even for someone like me, I've been going to the same barber since I was a little kid, and I've just always find this calming, healing effect of me coming in one way, looking one way, and then stepping out looking a totally brand new version of myself, someone that is ready to conquer anything, go about my day, finish strong, and just tackle anything that's possible. Just want to say shout out to all the barbers out there. For anyone that's saying, oh, these barber prices are ridiculous, you're charging for this, you only make appointments, we don't want enhancements. Hey, I don't care, me speaking for myself, how high the prices get for a barber. I'm gonna go get a haircut. I'm gonna go sit down in my chair. I'm gonna make my appointment. I'm gonna pay whatever the price is. I'm going to sit down, relax, build my relationship even more with my barber, because that's real man time. For the people who don't have a dad in their life, or a stepdad, or a father figure type role, or is not as great with their significant other. And as men, we tend to not share our feelings and get emotional from time to time. And I'm not saying it doesn't have to be that deep, but at the same time, just having that feeling and that mindset of when you're getting out of the chair, you feel so much better. Your mood changes, and it just makes everything so much better about your day and moving forward. So next time you go to the barbershop, just think about, man, this is my time. It's like when the ladies go to the spa or get their hair done, their nails, and mani-pedi, whatever, eyebrows, wax. They have many avenues. Guys, for us, it could be going to the gym, going to work out, or getting your hair cut, or just any hobby that you like to do. So any hobbies that you incorporate, just find a passion for it, a drive, make it fun, make it exciting. You only have one life to live, so why not just look at the glass half full instead of half empty? You know what I'm saying? That's just a word of advice for me when next time you look at certain things and when you go to the barber. Next thing I want to talk about is I want to give special flowers and prayers to my grandmother as we celebrated her birthday last month, August 10th, as she passed March 16th of this year, 2023. It was the day before St. Patrick's Day. And I'm sorry if I get a little emotional, you guys. I love her and I miss her so much. I'm gonna tell you a little story. It was just Sunday. I got off of work around 7 o'clock, and usually they have family functions at her house. But I was just going to stop by, check in, because I haven't seen her in a while. And when I got there, my auntie, she was putting my grandmother to bed, giving her medicine and whatnot. And when I walked in, she was totally fine, same as always, asking me, how you been? Where your woman at? Boy, you getting bright, what that woman doing to you? Just, you look happy, just always messing with me, picking on me. And I talked to her for a minute, and my auntie, and I was just touching her foot as her foot was at the edge of the bed. I stayed for like maybe 5-10 minutes, just popped in to show my face. And I remember, and I will always remember that day, I didn't give her a kiss on her forehead or on her cheek before I left. And usually I do, or I don't know why I didn't, and I regret to this day not doing it, but that's something that I will always remember. And then the next day, I think I was either off work or school. Late at night, I got a call that she was in the hospital. She wasn't feeling good. So she was fighting. She was sick for a long time. She was going down. But I thought she would never, we thought we would never see this day. We never want to see this day. And then she was fighting throughout that week. It was tough. I remember my family being there, just crying in support of her. It was tough. It was a tough time. And I remember that Friday we were all together, and she was on a tube by then, or plug, and she had severe brain damage, and she was in a vegetated state at that point. And then we decided to, what was best for everyone, to let her rest peacefully. It was a very tough, emotional scene. It was a memorable scene, something that I will never forget. All of her kids, grandkids, in that hospital room, as her eyes were still lit up. She couldn't speak, but she could hear us. She was emotional. She was crying with us. She was telling us that it's gonna be okay, that she was gonna be all right, and that she wanted to see the rest of her family and her sisters, that it was time. And no matter what, I just want to say that, Grandma, I love you. I respect you for everything that you have done for me. I appreciate you for every single thing you have done for me and my family. You are our rock. You are a matriarch of our family, the Kennison family and the Roberts family. And we love you so much. And we pray for you every single day. And I hope that you're watching over us as well. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to be so emotional there, but I just wanted to send flowers to her. Mind you, it's just a time. Just check up on your loved ones every day, because we're not promised tomorrow. We don't know when our final judgment day is going to come, and just enjoy each other's company while we're here. All right. Moving on, next topic. Next thing we're going to talk about is we're going to react to Sha'Carri Richardson winning the 100 meter women's race to break a new record and become the new world champion for Team USA. Shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson. She was wearing number 9. I remember watching that race, the highlights of it from the qualifying round. If you guys didn't see, they had a close-up on her, and as soon as she was about to take off, if y'all didn't see, she took off her wig, and she just took off. Like, when she did that, and I seen the clip of it, it's like she lifted off a huge release on her shoulders, all of the doubters, all of the hate that she received. If you guys didn't know, she wasn't able to compete in the Olympics due to she was smoking weed, to getting over grieving for her grandmother. And I'm not the person to judge how you should grieve over the loss of a loved one. So I felt like that was a tragedy to even kick her out of the Olympics because of that, when Michael Phelps did the same thing, and he's a white male. But I'm not gonna play the race card, but you know what it is. Just shout out to her for her strength, her resilience, her fight, her passion to drive through, finish strong, and now they can't say nothing because she is a world champion, one of the fastest women ever. Shout out to her. Love her from LSU. Shout out to Louisiana to boot. You always support people who come back from resilience, ambition, that are doing well, and we just love to see it. And we want them to keep pushing through no matter what they do. So shout out to Shakira Richardson. Shout out to the FIBA World Cup men's basketball team, Team USA. We got a new young core in. They've recently lost to Lithuania. I want to say Sunday. The score was like 110 to 104. Shout out to Anthony Edwards, man. He's been balling. Young star, point guard for the Timberwolves. He's going to be a superstar for years to come. Shout out to him. Shout out for the rest of the team. And hopefully they bring another gold medal to Team USA. Shout out also to Simone Biles, who has come back and won her record 8 straight world champion. She's amazing, if you ask me. And from my reaction to Simone Biles, I always remembered Gabby Douglas. If you guys didn't remember Gabby Douglas, at one point in time, I thought she was the most amazing gymnast, female, that I ever seen, until you see Simone Biles do the things that she does night in, night out, consistently. She is the best. There's no denying that, hands down. Shout out to her. She's the GOAT. She's the GOAT of that profession, and there's nothing that you can say. Next thing I want to talk about is reaction to Shannon Sharpe joining First Take on Mondays and Tuesdays. Now, if you guys don't know who Shannon Sharpe is, he was recently on a TV show called Undisputed with Skip Bayless. He is a 3-time Super Bowl champion tight end who played for the Denver Broncos in the 90s. Episode aired today, and I haven't seen it. I'm gonna watch it as soon as I finish this video, but I think him with a personality with Stephen A is gonna just create more buzz and more fireworks. First Take is already the #1 sports show in the world for a record very long time, and with Shannon Sharpe there on Mondays and Tuesdays after Michael Irvin reportedly was out on ESPN, same with Keyshawn Johnson and other people that were released by ESPN during the summer, I think it's not going to stop them from doing the damage that they want to do, the buzz that they want to create, and the ratings that they want to receive from a large audience. And I think that it's just going to be exciting television to watch, especially if you're a sports fanatic like me. TV stays on Sports Center, so it's just something to look forward to, you know. Also, I know this is a lot of sports, y'all. I want to be sports broadcaster in school right now, UL, trying to get my feet in the door, passion, driven, motivated. This shows right now, I'm putting this video out to y'all. I'm ready to get into it. I'm ready for the work, commitment, the grind. So just a little bit about me. Also excited for NFL fantasy football. If you guys not tapped in with my homies, my friends, my bros. Just created this weekend, this past Saturday. Yeah, we had our draft. Football starts this Thursday. All of the games from there, Sunday, we locked in, man. Coming to take y'all money. I'm here, drafted. Feel good about my team. Come and get that 460, man. I'm gonna take that ease this year. Y'all watch out. Team Keys to Success. Next thing I want to talk about are 2 clothing brands that I've seen for a while, and I just want to give them a shout out. I love what they're doing with their content, with their clothing line, with their brand, something that inspires me, especially on a workout lifestyle aspect. I just got back from working out. If you guys couldn't tell if I look a mess or whatever, but shout out to Anaka Power. Shout out to Welcome Pain clothing line. These 2 clothing lines I've seen for a while on Instagram. Shout out to Mallory Bros also. They just got inducted in not inducted, but they're a part of an affiliate brand with Anaka Power. Dope for y'all, happy for y'all. I know y'all could have taken so many deals, could have branched out a long time ago, but I respect y'all for doing y'all thing. Shout out to Terrell, Terrence, Mallory. Staying true to who you are no matter what. That's very inspiring and encouraging. Shout out to y'all. It motivates me to do the type of things that I want to do and take that same path. And I just want to say that you guys are a huge, huge inspiration to my young career and my life. I watch every single podcast, video, reaction, vlog, from front to back, back to front. I could just rewind it over and over and over, no matter if I remember it or not. And I just know that I'm gonna have a great time. So shout out to Terrell, becoming a new dad. That's awesome. I have faith in you, bro. Shout out to you and your family. I know you're gonna do great. Shout out to Terrence, man. One of the funniest guys ever. I'm telling you guys. Mallory Bros podcast. This is free promo. They haven't paid me. They haven't contacted me to say this. I'm telling y'all right now. Mallory Bros podcast on YouTube. Go look them up, man. The best ever, hands down. And also, Welcome Pain clothing line, Young Start company clothing line. Love the images that I've seen. Sold out mostly all of their gear now. Hit them while they're hot. If you want to just go to the gym and feel good about yourself, we need to get back to that mindset. Just looking good, feeling good, no matter where we go. It could be the gym. It could be outside. It doesn't even have to be the gym. You can go to a park. I just got back. Me and my friend, we just went to the park not so long ago. Running, shooting content, just getting up and go, not being complacent, not being lazy, just do something about our day that makes us feel good. And that's something that we have to take ownership in our life each and every day and fight through it as we go through tough battles, because we're not promised tomorrow, like I said, and we want to leave a lasting impression on this earth, if not for anybody else but ourselves, and we owe it to ourselves to do that. So that's just my inspiration. Keep doing what y'all doing, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all are a huge part of my life and my routine, and I wouldn't know what to do if y'all would stop what y'all doing. So keep it up. Next thing I want to talk about is the huge boxing match coming up at the end of this month, September, between Jermell Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez. This is going to be a huge fight. T-Mobile Stadium, Vegas, September 30th. Shout out to Charlo brothers from Lafayette, Louisiana. Raised in Houston, Texas. Shout out to them. Want to say both of them are undefeated, welterweight champions, twins. I know that this is going to be a huge fight. Boxing as a whole has been a huge spectacle altogether. I haven't watched this much boxing since Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao, and it seems to gravitate more as these certain boxers and their styles and how they fight and showmanship with Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, Canelo, Charlo, Errol Spence, Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed welterweight champion of the world, the best in the game right now. Don't at me. You seen what he did to Spence. And Spence, I'm sorry. I know you invoked your rematch clause, but I'm sorry, my man. Ever since you took that crazy accident at Ferrari a couple years back, I just thought that it was never going to be the same for you. And we were supposed to get this fight a long time ago, but We recently got it. We seen it. If you guys haven't seen it, go check out the highlights. It was very one-sided, but I hope you can still bounce back. Don't need you need to fight him right now. Definitely think that you should wait until next year to fight, but I hope all the best for you, and I hope that you're gonna do very good. But as far as the fight between Canelo and Charlo, I am going to go with Jermell Charlo for the win. If I have to get a prediction on camera, I am going to take Jermell Charlo to win by knockout in the 9th round. That's my prediction. I'm sticking to it. This is going to be up on YouTube, so when it happens, y'all going to say I said it. I predicted it first. That's what I'm going with. Next thing we're going to talk about is reaction to Cowboys trading for quarterback Trey Lance for a 4th round pick. I found this very, very, very interesting. NFL starts this week, this Thursday, and about just a week and a half in between when the season started, the Cowboys trade for a 1st round pick quarterback in Trey Lance. Now, mind you, we don't know who Trey Lance is yet as a quarterback. His first game he played, it was a hurricane scene against the Chicago Bears last year at the start of the season. And the second game, he got hurt towards ACL, was out for the season. I just felt like he wasn't fit to run that Kyle Shanahan offense. He's more of a run threat instead of a pocket passer. You need to utilize his legs and his arm more, not just a pocket presence quarterback. So I felt like that's why Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the NFL draft, Brock Purdy, took the starting job from him this year. And also another very good underrated quarterback in Sam Darnold beat him for the backup position. But I want to see him do great. I do think that if Dak does not perform the way he needs to perform this year, who knows, maybe we could see Trey Lance on the field this year in a Cowboys uniform, if not next year. But I think owner Jerry Jones for the Dallas Cowboys is getting very anxious to see how Dak is going to look in the playoffs and hopefully get to an NFC Championship game, a Super Bowl, and win it, because his patience is running thin, as you can see. He doesn't care who it is at this point. He just wants to get the job done, win another Super Bowl before his life ends. And hey, we can respect that. So shout out to Trey Lance. New scenario. Hope he does well. Great kid. Hope to see him have a bright future in the NFL. Next thing I want to talk about is I'm just going to be excited to go see my favorite artist of all time, Drake. Don't add me. Michael Jackson? Beyonce? Who? Drake. He is the modern day Michael Jackson. He is the GOAT, the greatest artist of all time, in my personal humble opinion. It's all a Blur tour. We're in the building. September night, New Orleans, Smoothie King Center. 8th studio album for all the dogs coming soon. I don't know when. I'm thinking it's maybe dropping this month, or if not, maybe October. But who knows when that's dropped? That's gonna be fire as well. Can't wait. It's gonna be a Blur. It's gonna be a movie, and it's definitely gonna be something that we're gonna remember for a very long time. At least I'm gonna remember for a long time. Hopefully, I'm gonna shoot some footage, vlog. Hopefully, get some content for y'all. Share it to y'all when I get out there. Next thing I want to talk about is remembering Martin Luther King Jr. in his I Have a Dream speech on his 60th year anniversary. Just someone who paved the way a lot for Black people in general. Someone who changed the culture for us, someone who fought for us and did it in a peaceful way. Someone who inspired us and did it with respect, resilience, strength, and and his growth personified what it is to be a black man in this country. I still hear his sound, his presence, as he's on that podium talking about his speech. And it's someone that I admire, that a lot of people should admire, and his words still hit to this day. If you guys haven't seen it, go look it up. I don't know how, but hey, who knows? Maybe I have a dream speech, Martin Luther King, something that's very inspiring, and it's something that is going to stick for you for as long as you live. Last thing I want to touch is concerns on COVID-19. Yes, y'all, I know we're still dealing with COVID. Small cases of COVID in certain areas. It's been, going on 4 years now. 3.5 years since COVID really spiked up. And the pandemic really sparked a lot of change for entrepreneurs and businesses. It completely changed how a lot of people move now in today's climate and environment. And it's just something that is going to be in the record books, school books for future. Our kids, grandkids are going to look and say, this is what happened in 2019. And this is something that changed on how we look at certain things today. But please, if you guys are in large area crowds still, wherever your cases are high, wear your mask, hand sanitize, wash your hands. Just be very cautious, especially to the elderly, infants. We want everyone to live a very, very long time, and we don't want to be a cause. We want to stay outside, we want to continue to have fun, but we also want to be safe as well. So just leave off on a concerned health tip. And that's all of the topics that I have today. I know this is a little bit of a short podcast, like a little 30-40 minute. Usually when I get the rhythm going, it will be more trying to shoot for at least maybe an hour 30. And if I'm really in my bag, I'll get to that 2-hour mark. But this is just the start, y'all. I promise. I'm putting myself out there on Front Street. I want to get to know y'all. I want y'all to get to know me. I want to be seen. I want to be heard. I want y'all to see my passion the way I see my passion in myself. A lot of people have encouraged me to step out and take a risk and to do things, and I'm doing it. There's no turning back. There's no looking back. There's no regrets. I'm going to give it my all, and I hope you guys just enjoy the ride for it. This is the start of my platform. I'd love to see it. It's something that I can call mine, something that I'm very passionate and proud of, and I hope you guys get to see it with me as well. And that's all the time we have today, y'all. My name is Keandre, and this has been the first episode, New Motion with the Ocean. This is what the episode is called, and this has been Keys to Success podcast. Later, y'all.